What's up, guys? I'm playing some viewers today, and just a quick announcement before you super chat anything, it's going to only be pink super chat and higher that gets added to the list, okay? And I realize that's quite a bit higher than before. I apologize for that, but I needed a way to keep up with the list because it was just growing too quickly. So I'm going to try to get all of these people who have already super chatted and hopefully play at least a bunch of them today. So if you are here and your name is on this list, please let me know and we will start at the top. All right, don't just spam your name in the chat unless it's on this list, okay? Hey, Larly. So if I see a name that's on this list, make sure you let me know. And Naranjan, I know, has been waiting for a while. Actually, all of these people that are highlighted have been waiting for a while. Where's the list? It's this off to the bottom right there. The names, that's the list, okay? You were on the list last time? Yeah, make sure you tell me what's your chess.com username. If you're here, what is your chess.com username? Because this is the list that I'm going off of, okay? I don't see anyone unless I'm missing it. I'm just trying to verify. Oh, El Dorado, you're here? Okay. El Dorado. All right, perfect. You're going to be up first because you're the first one that I saw, okay? And you were from a previous stream. All right, El Dorado, get ready for the challenge. It's going to come your way. Guys, make sure if you're on the list, make sure your settings are set to allow challenges from everybody. You click the settings gear at the bottom left, then you go to live chess, and then you go kind of scroll down, and it'll be like allow challenges from everyone. Make sure you select that, okay? El Dorado, here we go. I'm going to challenge you right now. Oh, you want to do 5 minutes. All right. That is totally fine. We will do 5 minutes. Okay. Please 5. Yep. All right. You got it. Let me challenge you. It's going to be unrated. Let me go to 5 minutes. And you should be getting a challenge. All right. Good luck, my friend. Okay. I'm going to take it this time. I don't usually do this, but I'll mix it up a little bit. Let's just defend. Let me develop my knight here. Take back, and we'll probably play d4. Get the bishop out. Okay, e5. So he's being aggressive. Interesting move. Let me think about this for a minute. Maybe I'll just play bishop e2 to get rid of the pin here. Yes, that's right, Steven. It's 50 and up, basically. Yeah. Okay, he's going to take. I'm going to recapture. So we've got it defended with the queen. Even if the knight gets traded, we're still okay there. Bishop check. Probably we could just block. I think we're okay. Yep, he does do that. Let's go bishop to d2. Let's just trade and let's castle. Okay. I think so far black's playing pretty well. So let's see how, as we go into the middle game here, and they keep it up. I'm going to play rook b1. I think rook b1 looks like an annoying move. Gets the rook on the open file, attacks the weak pawn. Why not? Probably rook e1 next. Maybe c3 just to really support this pawn would be useful. But we'll see if we need to do that. Okay, he does play b6. The only problem with that is it kind of creates some weaknesses here. Now, I don't know if I can take advantage of that at the moment, but I'm definitely going to kind of keep an eye on that. Yes. I'm going to go rook e1, I think. Get the other rook to the open file. Let's see. If I take, looks like we lose a piece, so we don't want to do that. Maybe I just defend or find a different move. Yeah, we'll just defend the pawn. That's nice and simple. I think Eldorado's playing a pretty nice game so far, though. Yep, even get out the knight. That's a good move. Maybe I'll push this forward. It is a weakness. It's an isolated pawn, but it's also, you know, still useful for the time being. This rook doesn't really do much here, so I think I'm going to bring that over to the center. Let's see where the knight's going to go first, though. Okay. Let's go ahead and recapture. Now, this is pinned, so I won't be able to take the knight. Not at the moment, anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty good move, I think. Wants to take my bishop. Let me go here. Actually, I'm going to get forked if I go there. Maybe here instead. Rook c8. I mean, I guess I can go back here. It just feels weird. No, okay, let's do that. At least we're kind of eyeing all the squares that the knight might like to go to. We keep this defended. Probably going to go rook d1 next. I want a rook behind here. Yeah, let's do that. And then maybe we swing the bishop over, attack the rook here. That's what I'm thinking. So Ron is asking, where do you go to learn different lines in the opening? So when you're looking at your game, when you're analyzing your game, there's a tab on the kind of the top right area. It'll say Explore. And if you click on that, it kind of opens the Opening Explorer. And then you can see what the master level games, what moves are most commonly played. So that's usually a clue, like what's a good thing to do. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Can I play Queen F4? Gotta be careful with the discover check, but we do have the ability to just take it. So we're attacking the knight. He's attacking my bishop. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Let me take this way. Actually, I'll set a little trap here. I'll set a little trap. There we go. Good game from El Dorado, though. Very well played. Good game. All right, Remco Chess. Let me add you, and I'm going to put you relatively close to the top here. If nobody else is here waiting from last time, I'll play you, because I'm not sure I saw too many people. Is it okay to use your footage of our game on your YouTube channel? Yeah, sure. I have no problem with that. Yeah, so I have no problem with that. I'm just thinking as I say that, I don't know if YouTube will have a problem with that. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with it. I would just make sure that you're not like just clipping a big section that's exactly the same as the stream. If you're just using like parts of it and then you're kind of mixing it with your own, it'll probably be fine. That's what I've seen other people do. But yeah, that's my only caution to you. I have no problem with it. I'm not going to copyright strike it or anything, but I don't know if YouTube will like sort of auto flag it. You might just want to look into that. But yeah. Okay. First of all, please do not spam. I'm going to have to. From Brazil again. All right. Let me add you to the list. Okay. So Remco and I don't know how to pronounce this, but Gui, I'm going to say, is up next. Unless there's somebody here from last time. So anybody from last time? Because you've been waiting. Okay. I think I see one person. Hold on. I need to. Guys, if you spam, you're going to get hidden from the channel. So please don't do that. Yeah, El Dorado, good game. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I see Jagannath is here. Okay, so I'll play you. Since you were waiting from last stream, and then I'm going to play these guys. All right, Jagannath, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. I believe you're here. So let me go ahead. Get ready for your challenge. Okay, unrated, 10 minutes. And then I have Remco next and Gui, unless I see someone else, but I didn't see it. All right. Let's take the pawn. Okay, he's going to try to play the same thing. Let me go with e5 just to mix it up a little bit. Nate. I don't know how to do that. Is it how do I do temp? How do I do temp mod powers? Oh, I thought there was like some way to do that. I was gonna do it. Okay. He just defends. It's probably a pretty good move. I'll go ahead and take it. Okay, let's attack the bishop here. We got 2 attackers on that guy, and we're developing at the same time. Okay, that's a good move. He's pinning me, so I can't take it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me try to break the pin here. Jason's here. What is your, sorry, what is, are you, let's see. Oh, it's probably this, right? Is this you? Gotta be. Yes? Okay. All right. So we'll do Jason next. And then I'm going to jump up and do Remco and Gooey, since they did the pink super chat. And then I'll continue trying to find people. Okay, guys? So let me just go ahead, just so I have my next 3 ready to go. This is what we're doing, okay? 1, 2, 3. If you're in one of these 3, make sure your settings are set to allow challenges, okay? So go to the bottom left, settings, live chess, and then scroll down and do allow challenges from everybody. Okay, so he takes the pawn now. Let me see. If I take here, takes, I believe we might have a little tactic here, guys. Let's see. Because if you take me, I take with the queen. And I defend the knight. If you take here, you lose your bishop. So you really have to be careful when there's like a discovered attack on your piece like that, right? Like as soon as someone puts a piece in line with another piece, that's when you got to be really careful. Because it can very easily move and then you have to deal with one more problem, right? Is what we ended up with here. Shadows here. What is the username? I don't see Shadow. Am I missing it? All right, let's just drop it back. Queen trade is okay. Okay, this one is here. All right, so you're going to be next after those other 3 that I mentioned. All right, you're going to go right here. Shadow is on the list up. Okay. All right, so sneaky move. We have to watch out for those discover checks, right? Like this would pretty much just end the game immediately. I'd lose my queen. So the easiest and simplest thing to do is castle. And there's a reason castling is usually a good move because it gets your king out of the center, right? And now my rook is actually ready to line up here. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is play f5, and once the knight moves, which it has to, otherwise I'm just going to take it, I'm going to swing the rook over and pin the king and the queen, or pin the queen to the king. Wildly Appropriate says, thanks for making videos. I've learned a lot from them. Still a beginner, but I'm looking forward to improving and having fun. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, it's chess is so much fun. So sometimes, you know, I wish I could like go back and become a beginner again and just like relearn stuff. Not really because it's a lot of work, but also there's that just like newness, you know, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's exciting. All right, let's pin the queen like I said. So this is why it's really dangerous if you don't castle in time, right? If your opponent castles before you, especially if the pawns have been traded, extremely risky. That's what we're seeing here. Yeah, so pink is $50 or higher. So let's go ahead and get the queen. It is with check, so we'll have time to save our queen after the recapture. And I think I'll just save it with my bishop coming out, blocking the rook. Okay, let me develop, get the rook into the game. I'm debating if I want to allow the pawn or not. I don't think I need to. Let's go here. So we'll get away from the pin and attack the knight at the same time. And also maybe set up some potential sacrifices in the future. So he saves the knight. That was a good move. I'm trying to get rid of this knight. For those of you who went through the logical chess move by move series, which if you haven't, I highly recommend you do that. But we talked about in that series, when you castle kingside like this, if the knight on f3 goes away, the king is much less safe. Okay. The other thing is if any of these pawns are moved forward, also the king is much less safe. So by going here, I've kind of not forced, but basically was forcing that somehow that knight was going to either be traded or have to move. So now that it moved away, the king is potentially, you know, more easy to attack, right? And that's what we're going to look for opportunities to do now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the knight over and start lining up and create some threats against the king now. Rob, what's up? Good timing. Good timing. I'm going to go queen e5 to threaten the checkmate immediately, okay? So I don't really care about the knight. This is obviously more dangerous. So knight f3 is a good move. He's defending. That's a good move. I'm going to go here because I want to keep the battery alive if possible. I don't really care if I lose my knight because the pawn is going to come in and chase the knight away, or maybe even this knight's going to come in and it's still going to be pretty dangerous. So not super concerned with that. Yeah, so Rob, just to catch you up, right now I said that I'm going to play Whiteford next, then Remco and Guigmg, and after that, it's just, oh, and Ania 55 is here. So these are the next four. And then from there, it's just whoever is around, basically. And it's only pink super chat and higher to get on the list going forward. Okay, so white decides to sack the rook. I'm going to just take back this way. I want my queen to stay here. It looks like it's attacking a lot of stuff. But now they don't have to worry about that as much. I mean, there's still the knight and the queen, but it does relieve some pressure. Let me jump in. Just keep attacking. Threatening here. Of course, if this trade happens, then the knight's going to be under attack. Oh, 95. I didn't think about that, actually. Wow. Almost traps my queen. That's actually a pretty nice move. I have to go over here. I didn't see that one. My queen, look at my queen. There's nowhere to go. That's pretty amazing. Look at that. All these squares were taken. I had to go here. And then I'm blocked this way from these pieces. That's pretty funny if you think about it. Okay, he's going to take it now. I'm going to recapture. I'm thinking about G3. I'm also thinking about bringing this rook over to the F file. Yeah, so since he's attacking the pawn, let's go ahead and do that just to kind of open things up here. I wish I could go here, but the knight. So I guess I'll take it. And now the rook coming over to one of these files looks like the way to go. All right, Nate. Have fun working. All right, I'm going to go here. Attacks my pawn, attacks the knight, avoids checks. Let's go ahead and pin it and line up on that guy. Let's see. It looks like we can come here. I'll just go ahead and sack the queen, go to this endgame, which is going to be very easy to play. All right. Jagannath, good game. Well played. You put up a good fight. All right. I believe it's white for J is next, so get ready. Challenge is coming your way. And minutes, random, unrated. Good luck. Okay, I got white. Let's see what he's going to play against e4. Caro Khan. All right. I wonder if they've studied my line. Probably. There's a good chance. It's probably a very good chance. It's okay. I don't think it's that bad. I'll play it anyway. Remco is next. Remco is next. Okay, we're going to gambit the pawn. Recapture with the knight. If they don't take us, they can push, in which case we just take, or we take back here. Graham's here from Tuesday. All right. SniffMyBishop. Okay. SniffMyBishop is going right here. So you're going to be fourth in line now. Okay, he plays e6. That's a fine move. Let's just recapture. So these top ones, these top four are next in line, guys. And everybody else, I don't know if you're here or not. So that's basically what's happening. Bishop b4. Okay. I see that. So I'm going to counter pin the knight. So my knight is pinned, so it's no longer defending. But now black's knight is pinned, so it's no longer attacking. All right. Now, when you do this, you have to be willing, if black plays h6 and g5, in most cases, you have to be willing to trade that bishop. Because otherwise, if you just retreat, you end up just losing the pawn for free. All right, let's recapture. My son is crying. Just heard him. I think he's okay though. He's with grandma, so she's gonna take care of him. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. If I go back here and here, I just lose the pawn, right? So you have to kind of be willing ahead of time when you go there that yes, if I have to, I will trade that bishop for that knight, or have a different plan in mind after this happens, right? Math Magician 8. So we changed it. I apologize. We changed it to pink super chats only just because I was getting flooded with requests I couldn't keep up. So I'm sorry about that. B5. Let me go back here. And what I like about my position right now, guys, is that this bishop is kind of doesn't have much of a future, it doesn't look like. This is the risk when you play e6 so early. Like, yes, it's very solid, but if that bishop doesn't ever come out, you know, you're kind of playing without a piece. I'm going to push. I want to open up this diagonal. And then I'm going to probably go like this. Queen e2. I think we're going to sneak up to e4 and go for the checkmate on h7. That looks challenging to stop for black. So let's see what they're going to do. Did I see Tom is here? Okay, Tom, I see you. So Tom, I'm going to move up since you mentioned that. So Tom's now there. Okay, thank you, Rob. GK Barricade is waiting as well. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. All right. All right, let me go with Queen e4. There's the double attack. I'm obviously not really concerned with the pawn. I'm more interested in checkmate. There is g6, which temporarily stops the attack. I wonder if we could... Yeah, what would I do against that? I mean, maybe I'll take the pawns. I don't know. I think black probably has to play that, though. f5 doesn't look so good, so they do play g6. I could play knight h4, actually. But it's not going to be checkmate. Ah, but there's rook f6. Ooh. Ooh. So if I let him, black's going to play bishop b7 next. So I either take the pawns now, or I keep attacking. Here, bishop b7, rook f6. c5. I don't know, move the queen or something. But there is going to be a knight going to d5 if I don't do it now as well. All right, I'm going to take the pawns. I don't know. Maybe I should keep attacking, but 2 pawns is still 2 pawns. So I think I'll just go ahead and take them. All right, let me take this pawn. So black now at least has activated their pieces, which is good for black. Yes, they lost the pawns, but now the bishop is doing something. The knight's looking pretty nice. The rooks are going to swing over somewhere. I don't know exactly where. So, I mean, personally, from black's perspective, I would be happy with this compared to a couple moves ago, which makes me wonder if I had a more powerful move, but I didn't see it, so. CodeWaldo is ready. Okay. CodeWaldo, I see. All right. Okay, he's going to trade that. Let me go ahead and take. And okay. All right. So here's what we have, guys. Okay, this is the list right now. Remco chess, you're next up. So I'm going to get rid of some spaces on these names. All right. Okay, rook b8. Obviously, we have to watch out for the discovered attack there. So might move my queen. I don't think there's any super dangerous moves. There is here, but that doesn't look like super scary. So maybe I will just keep... Maybe I will just keep kind of lining up here. Knight d5, I'm planning to go queen a5. Obviously, I had to get away from the rook. I wanted to defend my pawn. I'm putting pressure here. Seemed like a good square. I don't know if it is, but I feel like my setup's pretty solid. Now we can probably think about c4, kick this knight away. Yeah, this is probably my best plan now. Just push these pawns forward together. That's what I'm thinking. Rook b6. I wonder why. Not sure. Let's go c4. Maybe he just wants to double up his rooks. Ah, you know what? I have a tactic. I could take this pawn, and then I have this. Didn't see it before, but I saw it now. Because before the rook was defending, he would have just recaptured with the rook. But now if you have to take back with the queen, you actually lose your queen, and I only lose a rook. So that's a great trade. Also get the pawn. And it opens up the king, so... We've got him thinking now. Okay, so he goes back, so now the rook is defended. But I can still take here. I believe. I don't know if it matters which way. I'll just start with the bishop. Maybe the rook was better, but this looks okay. Because we can just recapture here. Okay, he goes there. I want to bring the queen over to this side. So now we go to e4 or maybe to... Well, I can't go to h4 right now, but g3. Now probably rook g3. Queen g6, maybe rook h6. Probably queen looks more powerful if we can get it there. I think black has to retreat. I guess queen d2, but that doesn't really stop me from going here. Okay, so he's going to sack the queen to try to come in here. Yeah, that's could be dangerous. So let's go ahead and just take the queen. He's going to get the rooks, but this is still good for me. We're going to just take this. I guess I could push these two. Take him with check. We can get the knight also. All right, Jason, good game. Yeah, you got off to a rough start there with e6. It's really passive. I think really you should probably look into the lines with bishop f5. Even though they're a little bit more tricky, your bishop doesn't get stuck back there. And that's one of the benefits of playing the Caro-Kann, right? Is that you don't block your bishop, so you can get it out. So I would recommend looking into the lines with bishop f5. And you're going to probably like it a little bit better than e6. Good game, though. Okay. Next up, it's Remco Chess. And I think they said they had a YouTube channel, so maybe check it out. I don't know anything about it, though, so I can't vouch for what you'll find there. But let's go ahead and play a game. I'm going to do unrated Remco, random, 10 minutes. Here we go. Good luck, Remco. You got white. Let's play knight f6 here. Okay, I'm going to play d5 to stop the pawn. I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple. Let me go ahead and castle. Get the king to safety. He plays g3. Now, g3, as soon as I see that move, I'm just kind of eyeing this square, all right? These light squares. So I'm going to think about how I can potentially take advantage of that. Now, I don't necessarily see anything immediately, but definitely on my radar, okay? If I play e5 takes. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like now you can see this is a very real threat. And we do have backup. Okay, so we'll see if that actually ends up costing white. But they could take this. But then I get the bishop pair, and I'm pretty happy with that position too. Okay, that's what they're going to go for. You almost had to because of the weakness there on the f3 square. But bishop g4, bishop f5, c6. These are all the moves. Yes, let's play c6. Just support this pawn here that's being attacked. A castle queenside. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go... Actually, I was going to go queen... Yeah, I'll go queen a5. b6 isn't bad either, but I like queen a5, just putting the pressure. If the knight ever moves, we'll jump down here. And then let's see where this bishop's going to go. Maybe e6 even. Sack a pawn to unleash it. Or just go for this. I don't know. King b1 is a good move, I think, because now you can move the knight and this is defended. So that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Let's just develop. I want my rooks to be able to be involved, so we need the bishop off the back. I don't think there's any reason to give up the bishop pair. I don't get anything from that trade that I can see. So the question becomes, where do I move it to? Here looks risky in line with this, because then the pawn is pinned. So with all that said, I think we go to c7. And of course, b8 would be terrible, blocking my rook in the corner. But that only leaves one option available, really. So white wants to maybe attack me. Okay. I could attack with my own pawn. Yeah, I think I will do that. Actually, that's a serious threat now that I look at it. Do you know why it's a serious threat? Because the knight has nowhere to go to. I don't think white realized that. And what I'm going to do now is trade, because I don't want to lose a tempo here. So I'm going to force white to recapture me. And the knight's going to be trapped. The knight is just going to be trapped. No, 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 no. No, 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 and no. Okay. So there we go. So we'll see what white wants to do, but this is a rough spot to be in now because losing a piece is not a good, it's not a good thing. So white probably needed to, maybe they could have moved their knight to d4 instead of bishop h3, would have attacked my bishop, and then it would have given this guy somewhere to run to. Like right here, I would say maybe knight d4 would be a good move. Sorry, right here. Knight d4, I have to move my bishop, and then if this ever happens, you have an escape square. I think that would have been the way to go. Right, of course I'm going to take the knight. And I don't know if I care about that. I mean, because here's the thing, if you play h6, then you have to worry about g5 busting this open. If they push and you push, you have one weakness that you have to deal with, but other than that, you're fine. And I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to go, I'll go this rook. But h6, we just push. We get, yes, we have to keep an eye here, but even if I have to use my knight on e8 to cover that, or my bishop, I think we'll be okay. Oh, there is queen d4 immediately, though. Okay, yeah, hold on. h6, g6, queen d4 right away. I would not want to put my knight on e8 if my rook never gets to see the light of day again. No, but I would have time to play f6, rook f7, it comes into the game. Okay, we should be good. You just want to make sure that you're not like permanently trapping your rook, right? That would be a bad thing. But it's it's okay. He goes back, okay. Knight to e4. Should I play that move? What do you guys think? What do you think? Anybody say yes? Is knight e4 a good move? No? Good. Everybody is saying no. Well, good job, guys. No, it's a bad move because tactically they take my knight, attack my... Actually, I could play it. Never mind. I was going to say no because it's a tactic, but I forgot. My bishop's defending the queen. So technically, I could play it. Technically, I could. I missed that. Normally, if you play a move like this, they take you and you lose a piece because your queen is under attack. And if you try to trade, they take back. But in this case, I forgot about the bishop. My bad. But I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to keep it simple. I just want to double up my rooks and attack some more. But yeah, so I could have definitely played 94. So it was kind of a trick question, but I didn't realize it was a trick question. All right, let's go ahead. Now we have the threat here. Yes, Graham. Exactly. Okay, so this is a pretty big deal. B3, and you kind of have to do that, but how do we bust through now? I want to play this, but then there's the pawn. I'm going to go here and I guess maybe push my A pawn up there. I'm not sure. I like that this one is defending D5, but I don't think I want to move that right now. Yeah, this seems like a decent plan, I think. Doesn't the knight cover that spot? Yes and no. Yes, it does, but no, it actually doesn't because there's a pin on this pawn, right? So if the pawn pushes and the knight takes, I just take it. Which is the advantage of the pin here. Oh, look at that. They're planning ahead. Okay, I have an idea, actually, guys. I have an idea. I'm going to go here. The bishop is not doing anything. And that's a shame because it's a really good bishop along these dark squares. So we got to fix that. So I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to put my bishop there. And all of a sudden, white's going to be in trouble. All we have to do is move this knight, probably here. Threaten the exceptional fork. And then the bishop can come into the party. And we're happy. Okay, I was going to go here. But since he's moved his knight back, I'm actually going to go here. It's a more centralized square. It still threatens the same fork, but I also get the bonus of some control on this section of the board as well. And it's defended by a pawn, right? So definitely, okay, we have a fork, but I don't think that's the best move. I think this is probably more powerful because this is probably going to lead to a checkmate. And I'd rather have checkmate than an exceptional fork. Yeah, no problem, Jason. Yeah, it is a tricky line. So don't feel bad. I think you just gotta, you know, gotta get the bishop out. Well, I say you don't have to. Let's take this with the knight. But I think it's easier to play that way. There actually are strong players who play e6 like you did, but you really have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just tough with the bishop behind the pawn chain, in my opinion. Yeah, so now white's king is really in trouble. We could see how that bishop is just so much better on this diagonal, right? Okay, so we've got the discover check. The question is, how do we use it best? And I think, honestly, maybe it's just better to go here and try the checkmate like this. Now the king is totally trapped. I don't see how white can stop this. Yeah. Yeah, even if white sacks the queen, it's still checkmate, right? So unless they can find some move that I haven't considered. All right. Remco chess, good game. Played pretty well. I think the big mistake was the knight, getting the knight trapped, right? Just got to watch out for if somebody pushes a pawn that's getting close to your knight. Knights are one of those pieces that can get trapped if they don't have the squares available. So make sure you, well, I guess any piece can get trapped, but you know, you got to look at them all. So good game. All right. We've got Guigmg is up next. Okay. I'm going to challenge you now. From Brazil. All right. It's going to be unrated random. All right. Good luck, my friend. Okay, e4. Let's go with the old Scandinavian. And we'll bring out the knight to attack the pawn. And I'm just going to play c6. If you don't want to trade off pieces like this, this is another way to do it. You can play c6. You're down a pawn, but it's really easy to develop your pieces. You get 2 files for your rooks. It's just a nice, you know, if you're looking for something more aggressive. I usually like to go back. I don't want to give up my bishop pair for no reason. And let's go queen b6, get the queen out, attack the bishop. Probably take back here with the queen if white trades. Okay, d3. Let's go e6 or e5 is always the question. Let's go e6. And then we can get this bishop out somewhere. I think I'm going to go ahead and castle. And I want to get away from this pin because I would really love to be able to bring my knight in and put a lot of pressure on f3. So I'm kind of setting that up. Yeah, and guys, I'm not trying to be greedy with the super chats. The whole point was, look at this list. Look at how long this list is. And like, we only gotten like 2 new people today. The list is so long. Like, it just takes me forever to play rapid games against so many people. So if I kept leaving it open, I was going to keep getting people and it was going to keep growing faster than I could play them. And then you're going to end up with a situation where like all these people have super chatted and I'm never going to play them because I just can't keep up, right? So that I can only play so many people unless I'm like that one guy who played like, what was it, 2,200 games in a month or something. Maybe I should talk to them. Like, dude, what's your secret? I need to know so I can play all my subscribers. No, okay. Bishop f4 is a good move, I think. I think we can jump in though now. So we're trying to hit 2 things at the same time. It's a fork essentially, because you've got a pin, and you have a double attack, or 2 pieces attacking the same thing over here. So I don't know what white's going to do about that. My tip for white in this game is like, whenever somebody has you pinned, always ask yourself the question, do they have a way to attack that pinned piece again? And if the answer is yes, like knight d4, you really want to be thinking ahead and try to plan ahead. Okay, if they go there, what would my move be? Do I have a good response, right? And you want to ask that question before it happens, because if you wait till it happens, you may or may not have a good response, right? I think bishop e3 is not a bad response, but I don't know if it's quite good enough. So I'm going to take with check. If they take with the queen, I take. They take. Bishop c5 is another move. Then they could take here. Still think my position's pretty good. Yeah, I guess, let's see. If we take with the bishop first, they take, I take the queen, they take the queen, I take. No, that wouldn't be good. And if I take, no, that's not good. Yeah, we probably have to go bishop c5. So bishop e3 is a good move. That's a good move. But still, I think you want to plan ahead a little bit so you don't end up in a situation where you just have a bunch of stuff happening on one square and you have to figure out a way to deal with it. What's my feeling on the King's Indian for white? So the thing about the King's Indian is it's a bit of a passive opening. You kind of just sit back and wait usually, and then you have to understand quite a few things, which when you're playing as black, I think that's totally fine. When you're playing as white, usually you get a nice advantage from playing first, right? So e4, d4, gain the center. You know, I think that's a solid thing. You kind of give that up a little bit if you play the King's Indian as white. Now, if you're like super familiar and comfortable with the King's Indian setups and you just love playing black as the King's Indian, then yeah, you know, play it as white. There's nothing wrong with that. But for most people, I would probably just keep it as a black opening. But hey, Dan, thank you for the gifted memberships. All right. Okay, so let's think about this, guys. Of course, we could take the bishop. This is a free piece. We are going to lose this piece here, but white's king is wide open. The other thing would be to take, get the pin. King is wide open, and we have a threat here. Now, that could be traded. Yeah, I don't think that's quite as good. I think we need to go ahead and make sure we take the piece while it's available. Okay? So we take it while it's available. So I'm expecting takes, maybe a trade here and this capture. Okay, so he trades here first. I don't think that really changes too much. We take there. Which chess app am I using? This is chess.com. Just chess.com. Okay. So, like I said, we got the piece. We do lose this piece, but look at white's king, right? And this is definitely a good situation for me. I think I'm going to take with the queen. I could also take with the knight and go here, but I just want to start with the queen. And if I need my knight to get there, I can also just do this. I think we want to get the queen over right away. Graham asks, could I play the Owen's defense sometime today? You're learning it in the Breaking 1500 course, but it might help to see you play it. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, sure, Graham. That's a good idea. So we'll play the Owen's defense next game. We're black. How does that sound? Okay, so of course there's a queen trade, but I don't think we want to do that when we're attacking. This looks like a free pawn, so we're going to take that. And now it's just a question of how do we get to the king. We have a couple of options. 1, 2, 3. A faster way probably would be 1, 2. So that's my top priority move. Okay, queen f3 is a good move. That's a good move because now it's going to be harder for me to attack with the queen over there. So I could be happy with my, what is it, 3, 6, 3, 4, 1 pawn advantage. But because the king is so exposed, I'm going to go here and try to keep the queens on the board. I still want to play rook d5 and rook over. So let's see what white does about that. You do have queen g3 if they want, and I might have to kind of get chased around a little bit, but I really don't want to trade the queens. Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, we're going to stick with the plan. Rook d5. And we're threatening to win the queen immediately. But white has to stop that. Of course, if you take the pawn, it's also a fork. That's a good move, I think. Let me go here. We don't have that anymore. We can go to f5, though, and attack the knight. Maybe make it move, and then go to g5, right? That looks like a good plan. You're just 900 elo. Any advice? Yeah, breaking 1500 is a great place to start if you can swing it. If not, just really focus on not making blunders and working on your tactics. So there's lots of different tactical patterns. you know, everybody knows about like forks and pins, but there's a bunch of other ones that are really useful. Removing the guard, deflection, overload, interference, like all of these you should learn. That will be very helpful to you. Queen h2. Okay, queen h2 actually blunders the knight. Let's just make sure there's nothing that the queen can do to my king, but no. So we take the knight. Okay, and now we can go with our plan. And this is going to be, well, not necessarily checkmate, but it is going to force white to lose their queen. And now we can jump in with the knight. And I don't believe they can stop the checkmate. Could have played knight f2, actually. All right, good game. Guigmg, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good game. Thanks for the super chat. And I hope that you learned something. Big takeaway, like I said, when somebody's pinning your piece, don't wait around. Don't wait around for it to something bad to happen. Okay, so like as soon as I castle, red flags need to be going off, because now it's like, okay, the knight might jump in and attack me, and that's a big deal. So right now is when you would start planning for that. Stockfish, yeah, Stockfish says you take the knight. So Stockfish is planning it by doing that, and then it's going to just knight e5. That's a tricky move, going with the counter attack. But the point is, you don't wait around. Okay. Cool. All right. Let me go to the next one. Okay. Challenge. Unrated random. Stonewall with white. All right, let's do it. Let's try a Stonewall. And he 55 is 1800, so this should be a good game. But we'll give the Stonewall a try. So I'm going to try to get my bishop to d3 as fast as possible, so that black can't put their bishop there. That's the first step. Okay. And then we're going to play f4. Now, when they play knight here, they might be going for this. They might be going for this. Now, I can't stop both of them at the exact same time. So you kind of have to choose, what are you more concerned with? Personally, I'm more concerned with e5. Okay. So I'm going to play f4 to make sure that doesn't happen. If they want to go here and try to get my bishop, I'll probably deal with that if that happens. So let's see. They might not. I think what I will do, there's two options. Option number one would be to just let them take it, just keep developing, and then come out with my queen. That's one option. Option two would be to try to hold on to the bishop by going back, and then hopefully kicking the knight later and then going back to d3. That's going to be interesting because the bishop could come to f5. Then I have to defend this, probably with knight a3. Still going to play c3 later. We're going to get a very interesting position. But I have options. All right, so let's see if they're even going to go there or if they're going to do something else. If they don't go there, of course, I'm going to play c3 next move, and then the opportunity is gone. If they do, well, we'll decide. Okay, so black doesn't go there, and I will go ahead and stop it now. Okay, so here we go. We've got the typical Stonewall setup, and I'm going to play knight f3. We also, black didn't get their bishop out to a good square, which is one of the reasons I like to go with this order. And so if you compare these bishops, you can see mine is looking much better. All right, castling kingside is usually a good place for the king, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so they're going to try to play c5 and expand on the queen side, which is fine. It doesn't really bother me. I think I'm going to just develop this knight. And the general idea is sink a knight in on e5. Almost always you're going to take with the f-pawn to unleash your rook. And usually this bishop just kind of waits around for a while and you attack with the other pieces. If you really want to get it into the game, you can play b3 and do something like this. Or you can do this maneuver and bring it over here. But right now I have a very clear plan of just attacking the typical Stonewall way of maybe the queen comes over, maybe we throw the pawn forward, maybe we do a rook lift. Like these are all the things, right, that we talk about in the course. And you kind of just, you have to see what your opponent does and then react to it. There's no like, always do this, because if you always do the same thing, sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's going to be bad. You have to have all the ideas in your head and then you adapt based on how your opponent is playing, right? Do I want to trade this? Probably not. That bishop's not doing anything at all. My knight's looking pretty amazing. Is this a problem? No, we always take back this way. So now I have a question. Do I bring the knight or do I just immediately push the pawn, do a rook lift, or do a queen shift over here? I kind of like g4 right now. I don't know why. I just feel like this is going to be pretty annoying for black. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. This is if you want to be aggressive, this is one way to do it. I don't know, black's position just looks real passive, looks kind of awkward. So I think we can do this now. I think this is a good time. So black is taking their time, and I think that's a smart thing, because if we're able to play this without any problems, and the knight has to go back, and then we're able to play like queen h5, for example, it's probably not going to be good for... Okay, so whenever this happens, you almost always are going to take this way. It lets out your bishop. It keeps the b4 square protected, so this guy stays defended against any potential knights attacking it. And you don't really, I mean, the pawn there doesn't really do much else for you except block your own bishop. So it just makes sense to take that way and let the bishop out. Okay, so he plays knight g6. Okay. So first things first, let's, I guess, start with what happens if we just chase the knight. No, no. No, no. No, no. Sorry. So no, it can't go to any of those squares. Can it go here? Well, I don't believe so, because we've got it covered. Looks like we would win a pawn. I don't believe that gives anything for black. So probably if we play g5, the knight has to go back to e8, right? Then my queen could potentially come over. I think I like that. I think I like that. Now, there's probably other ways we could do this. But... And if they take me here and we recapture, does that change anything? Not really. Not really. So let's push. Let's play g5. And the main reason we're doing this is because we want to get rid of that knight on f6 so that we can probably invade here with the queen, I think. So let's go, queen h5. And now you will notice this knight cannot move, because if it does, we have a checkmate on h7, right? You think you can beat the chess hustlers at the park? They are rated 3,000 plus. Well, they're not rated 3,000 plus. I can tell you that. I've actually played some of the hustlers in New York City before. I beat most of them. And then actually, did I beat all of the guys I played? There was one guy there who was like master level, who I think I might have lost to. It was a long time ago. That was probably like 10 years ago. But yeah, I beat most of them. Most of them I think are like 18, 1900, 2000 level. So they're good, but they're not like, yeah. Most of them aren't titled, a couple of them, but yeah, I wasn't doing YouTube at all at the time, or I probably would have recorded it. Okay, so he takes here. Like I said, almost always you're going to take this way. I just want to verify that I'm not losing anything, but this is defended, so we'll stick with the plan. And notice what we've done. We've got this amazing pawn chain. There's a principle in chess. It says attack in the direction of your pawn chain. We've got both bishops aiming that way. We've got the queen, we've got the knight, we've got the rook on the f5. I mean, this is kind of like the dream Stonewall game, what is happening right now. So I think the easiest way to get to this might be to do a rook lift. It might be to do a rook lift. The other option would be knight f3, but where's my knight going? h4. I don't really know how good that is. Yeah, I think we should just do this, guys, and just try to sneak over here. This is hard for black to stop. Now, they could play rook e8. Knight f8 doesn't work, though, because we've got the bishop. They go queen e7. Yeah, I don't see how they're going to stop this. I really don't see it. So let's go rook h3. And this is, yeah, I mean, this is what you want when you play the Stonewall. So what are the options for black? Well, h6. Maybe you can move your rook, and then you try to hide on f8 with your king. No, actually, then I sack the queen and win with a checkmate with the rook. So yeah, only move for black, I think, is h6. Then I have to decide if I'm taking that. Yeah, probably taking. Oh, he's going to try to survive, but you can't. No. Because this and this is checkmate. All right, good game, Aniya 55. Well played. I'm going to check the game review because I think that was a very high accuracy game. Let's see. Yeah. That's basically perfect Stonewall. So there you go. Now, I will say that black could have made our life more difficult early on if they had done a few things differently. So like, remember I was talking about it right here where I said I couldn't stop both things? Yeah, that's what Stockfish says. Stockfish says knight b4. And then, I don't know, I hadn't decided if I was going to go with that one or try this. But then bishop f5 and knight a3. This is already, you could see, much more active for black, right? So I think that was a big mistake from black's perspective of playing this move bishop d7. It was just way too passive, and it allowed me to get this setup that I want. And now it's very difficult for black. See, here's the thing. In these d4, d5 openings, you want to be able to strike at the center either with e5 or with c5, right? And if you play knight c6, you're basically saying, look, I'm not going to go with c5. I have to go with e5. But I shut that down And now if you have to find a new way to make a counterplay, right? Which would have been knight b4, and they didn't do that. Yeah, should I count brilliant moves against subscribers? What do you guys think? My name's Serge, Cloudnandoo. Okay, so these guys are going onto the list. All right. Okay, you guys are there. Right now, it's time for SniffMyBishop. Okay. All right, SniffMyBishop. Here we go. Count them. Definitely count them. Alrighty. Unrated. Random. SniffMyBishop. Are you ready? All right, we'll count it. Hey, Shadow Fisher. Good game. Sorry that you were on the wrong side of that Stonewall. Stonewall is tough to play against if you don't know. You don't know it. All right, I counted it. I counted it. Actually, I should have looked what the brilliant move was, shouldn't I? Where's SniffMyBishop? Is SniffMyBishop here? Who is SniffMyBishop? Oh, it's Graham. All right, Graham. Did you get the challenge? Let me send it again. Let me try one more time. SniffMyBishop. Here we go. Okay. Should have it. You should have it. Daniel. Is that what's going on here? Okay. Okay. Oh, we got white again? All right, I guess we'll do it again. I guess we'll do it again. See if we can get 2 wins with the Stonewall. Okay, we'll play E3 again. All right, same plan. You'll get to see it back to back. Uh-oh, auto abort. Again, I really like to get control of this diagonal before black does. And whenever you see C5, you want to play C3, okay? Yes, this move, we're always going to go back here because we want to keep the bishop on this diagonal. And I actually like when I see this because it's just so easy to play against this now because there's no pressure on our center that we have to worry about. So we can kind of just take our time and do our own thing. And usually you don't have too many problems. Okay. I'm just debating if I still want to play this F4 move or do I want to try to strike with E4 quickly? Because a lot of times when they play C4, this is a good way to counter that. And then this becomes weak. So I actually think I am going to play knight D2. I'm not necessarily saying I'm never going to play F4, but I want to get E4 in quickly. And then this guy's going to become weak and we're just basically undermining the pawn chain. So I don't actually know how to pronounce that name. Is it I'm going to embarrass myself if I say this. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sorry. You're only 800, but you wanted to play and learn some stuff. I watch you every day from Brazil. Nice work. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun game. I appreciate that. So yes, this is probably the moment. play e4. Because the pawn on c4 now, you can see, is a liability for black, right? If this trade happens, this guy's just sitting here. It's very easy to attack that. Queen a4, queen e2. And if you have to play b5 to defend it, now you've really created weaknesses here, and it's easy to attack that. So generally speaking, if white can play e4 quickly, this move is just not good. Now, if you can somehow play c4 and also prevent them from playing e4, then maybe you get some extra space. Now, I have an interesting decision because pushing kind of looks pretty good. But I'm just going to bring out my knight. I'm going to just leave the tension for right now. Yeah, this kind of does look more like the collie than the stonewall. Not because I was trying to play a collie, but it just kind of happened that way. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was talking about. We take here, and you can see that c-pawn now. It's just a target for us. Maybe we go here. Maybe the knight jumps to e5 at some point. Recapture that. Okay. Let's just castle. We could take here, but I don't know if I want to give up that bishop. I think I would rather play bishop g5, gain a tempo on the queen, and maybe we start to look at these dark squares. Okay. Let's go queen e2 and attack the weak pawn, also defend on b2, connect the rooks. So I would love to play knight e5, but it looks like I'm going to get forked unless we have some tactic, but I don't think we do. So I'm going to play h4 and just try to undermine black's pawn structure here. Okay. They're trying to stop me, but it does make this a little bit weaker. And so now we can actually, I think, play knight e5 because now the fork that I just mentioned is not really dangerous because it looks like I just can start crashing in with my pieces and checkmate the king, right? So just like notice how those moves totally change the validity of this fork. Well, they're going to do it anyway. Okay, so now look, this is what I'm talking about. We take here. King is trapped. Even if we lose a piece, doesn't matter. We're coming in for the checkmate. Now, how can black stop this? Okay, so here. Also, I could just take this. We could go check with the bishop, followed by knight g6. Yeah, I think I just want to take this. Make the rook leave. Get a free pawn. If they have to sack, I think we're pretty happy with our position. They do sack. Okay. Yeah, we're happy with this, right? All right. Let's do it. Let's go with the stonewall setup on move 20. Also clears the way for a rook lift, but really solidifies my knight. Not that I needed to. I could even go here. Yeah, if he takes, we're happy to... Let's go... Oh, you know what? I just noticed I have a check. It's not mate, though. Actually didn't see that before. Yeah, let's just keep with the plan. I want to get this rook over here. All right. What is SniffMyBishop going to do now? What is he going to do about this one? Alexandra, wow, thank you. Super chatting for a friend. Best name, Anim David. All right. Thank you, Alexandra. I'm gonna put them on the list. Actually, I'm gonna put them in the middle of the list since it was a pink. Okay. I guess I'm allowed to do that. I don't know. Making up these rules as I go along. Okay. This looks like it's going to lead to a checkmate because now we've forced the king over here and the rook can come in. SniffMyBishop. Good game. All right, Tom, you're next. I hope Tom is ready. Here we go. Tom Swift. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Okay. Good luck, Tom. How did the bishop smell? Oh, man. All right, is Tom still here? Tom, tell us if you're still here. I don't know if Tom is still here. Yeah, no problem, Graham. Good game. Good game. All right. I don't know. I don't see Tom saying anything. So I'm going to move down the list, okay? Tom, I apologize, but I'm not seeing anything. So Tom might have had to step away. All right. GK Barricade is next. Oh, Tom's here? Okay, sorry, Tom. Hold on. You don't see the challenge. All right. You should see it right now. It looks like it's challenging you. Should be like a little pop up somewhere on the screen. No? Hmm. It says that it's challenging you. Okay, Tom. I'm going to play Barricade, and then I'll try you again. Okay? Oh, never mind. He found it. He found it. All right, good luck, Tom. Okay, G6. All right, let's go. I'm going to play what's called the, what is this called? What is this called? The lion's jaw, I think? Okay, I wasn't expecting D5. I was not expecting him to play D5. I'm still going to play F3. This is kind of the setup. Put your queen on D2. So he's threatening to take and go here. So I probably should defend that. So let's just keep our center nice and defended here. And one of the things that I like to do is just come down immediately and get rid of that bishop. Also, we might see something else here if Tom decides to castle. It depends on how he's going to deal with this. You could castle, you could trade, you could... I don't think you want to move it there, so he's probably got to castle or trade. Okay, he decides to trade. So in this case, you can't castle, obviously, because my queen is there. And I'm going to look for ways to invade, maybe with my knight. Maybe with pushing my pawn. Let's see what black's going to do first. Bishop d7. Okay. I think now is probably a good time to potentially bring the knight in. So I will play knight h3. I'm going to sneak over here to g5, probably. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm reacting. Okay. Against that, queen g7 almost looks like it wins a rook. It doesn't, but it's close. It's close to winning a rook. Yeah, so he finds the defense, and I have to actually trade now. And I will push, and we'll play this endgame where this bishop's pretty bad. Okay, I'm going to attack the knight. No, no, no. You have to go back here. Let's develop... Actually, hold on, let's see. I'm going to go back here to F2. I want to be able to make sure I have a response there. Okay. And I will play B4, and I'm going to launch the pawns. I actually think I'm going to attack. Now, I don't have queens, so it's not going to be quite the same as a normal attack when queens are on the board. But we can still cause some problems, even with the other pieces. The nice thing about my position is black's knights are very limited, right? Look at this. You can't really move your knights anywhere. So I like that a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can cause black some problems here. Okay. Go ahead and take. Take the pawn. And I'm going to play knight to d2, clearing the way for my rook to come over. Also, the c5 square looks really good. Look at that. I might go here. Okay, so under attack, let me draw back. Offer the trade. I'm going to go here because I want to leave the square for my knight. Now we can go. Stops the rook, threatens knight c5. Okay. I'm going to go king f2. I want to be able to bring my other rook. And the reason I did king f2 instead of castling is because I want my king to be a little bit closer to the center since queens are off the board. Okay, let's see. Let's bring... Actually, before I bring the rook, I think I'm going to jump in with my knight. That's an amazing square for the knight, so let's make sure we do that. Tax the bishop there. Bishop's kind of like a pawn because it's not really doing much. Okay, he's attacking my knight, so I'm going to move my king and defend. Remember when I didn't castle earlier and I put my king on f2? You can see the difference. Now I have this as an option. If my king was on g1, I would not. So that's kind of helpful. Okay, let's bring the rook over like I planned. Okay, so do I even need to worry about that? I may as well. Just play f4. Keep everything super solid here. No reason to let black back into the game, right? So we just keep it all closed off. Could also go to the F file now with my rook. Might be a good idea. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Let's try to invade here with the knight. Michael said, enjoying the viewer games, impressed so many people are playing you. Humbling prospect. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and trade. In this closed off position, I think the knights are actually really good. So I'm going to just trade that bishop, jump in here. And it looks like black's position must be falling apart here. Not sure exactly how, but seems like they're hanging on by a thread, right? Let me take this pawn first. And I might be jumping in here, maybe pushing my A pawn. Let's see, takes, check. Maybe I'll just jump in right away. Because if black takes, I think this pawn is going to cause some serious problems for black. I don't know if Tom can get away with that. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to push this up here. And once we get the pawns like that, you've got the protected pass pawn. So right now it's a pass pawn because there's no pawns that can stop it. But as soon as we get this pawn on c5, it's what's called a protected pass pawn. That's really dangerous because then the king or the rook has to just permanently stay there. And my king and rook are free to do whatever they want. So whenever you get a situation like that, that's usually a great thing. I suppose black might play c5 right now to stop that setup, actually. But even then, I would just take, and then the king comes in and we get it again. So I don't think there's any way they can stop it. Yeah, so there we go. And now it's just probably just bring the king up, and that's the easiest way to win. Black's king is cut off, so they can't really do anything apart from take that one pawn. I simply go here and escort this pawn. Let's go this way. All right. Good game, Tom. Well played. Tom put up a pretty good fight. I will say that. That was a long game. So well played, Tom. Alrighty. GK Barricade is next. Or GKI Barricade. Okay. Unrated. All right. Good luck. So we're playing the Owens defense as some people requested. So we're going to play b6 and Fian Cheeto the bishop over here. And then we're going to play e6 and get this guy out here. Okay. And then usually there's going to be some pressure on e4 when we do this. Because that knight's going to be under fire and our bishop's attacking on e4. Okay. Queen f3. I don't know if that changes what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll play knight f6 first. Probably still going to go bishop b4, but let's just see. Yeah, I was actually going to see if they were going to do this. And now I am considering bishop e7 instead of b4, just so I don't have to worry about this pin. You blundered at the start and were forced to move knights to bad spots. Hey, no problem, Tom. No problem at all. Yeah, good game. The reason I'm going here is because I don't want to trade queens right now. And so this way, if they take, I take back. We keep some more pieces on the board. And now there's probably a lot of things we could do. Let's see. D5, we could just castle. Let me just start by castling. I'm just going to wait and see if I want to play D6 or D5 or C5 or maybe something else. I had a couple of brilliant moves. Oh, in the last game? Really? Queen F4. Takes. That's a trade. I was trying to see if there was some kind of a tactic here. All right, I'll play H6 just to maybe force the issue here if White's going to trade this. You know what I might do, guys? I might stand up and do a little bit of walking while I finish out some of these games. I feel like I'm sitting for too long. So let me just raise the desk up. 1 second. Okay, I got the desk up. I just need to move the treadmill. Rook to D3. Whoa. Going for the aggressive rook lift, even at the cost of the bishop. All right, I'm going to take it. Let me think about this. If I take, yeah, I think we're going to be able to deal with this. Okay. Because we can do some things with tempo here. Like take this with a tempo. That's important. Yep, so we're going to jump in. We're attacking the queen. And I think I might go for this fork. Let's see where the queen goes first. Okay, I've got the treadmill set up. I just need to find the remote. Where did I put the remote? Okay, I think we're good. All right, let me see if this is going to work, guys. Alrighty, good to go. Okay, looks like they didn't see my discovered attack. Now I can take the queen. Yeah, no, I haven't lost yet, but I should have lost. I was losing one game, and I got lucky with the draw at the end. Okay, let's take the knight. Excuse me. Okay. Still going with the rook. I admire the persistence. I'm going to bring my queen out. You know what's funny? If this pawn wasn't here, I would be checkmated. I would literally be checkmated in one move. Okay, let's take here with the check. And do we have a checkmate? It looks like we do here with the queen and the bishop. So good game, Barricade. I like your spirit. You're definitely playing aggressive, which is awesome. All right, CodeWaldo is next. CodeWaldo. Why isn't there we go? Okay, I'm gonna challenge you. Casey. Unrated, random. Good luck. All right, we got black again. So I guess I'll play another Owens so you can get another example with it. Oh, I wasn't expecting G3, but it is still a good move. Okay, he plays knight F3 to block. I don't think we need to change our plan any. Let's still just go with E6. Good game, Christopher. Yeah, I like your style. Keep trying. Just make sure you work on your tactics. Do your chess.com puzzles. All right, that's going to help a lot if you're going to play aggressive. So in this particular example, since white hasn't really given us a target on E4, it makes no sense to go bishop B4. There's not even a knight for us to attack. If we go there, he's just going to chase us away and laugh at us, right? So I'm going to change my strategy, just go bishop E7 so I can castle and go from here, okay? Let's castle. And a lot of times I like to get a little bit of space at some point, so I will go ahead and strike at the center since they didn't play E4 and we can do this. And I think now is as good a time as any, just to give us a little bit more room to work with. We have some more options for our pieces now. That's always a nice thing if you can get it. Let's go here. We'll probably play C5 next. All right, let's take the pawn. Let's take it again. We do have the bishop there supporting. Okay. Let's see. Let's think about this here for just a second. If I take, he's going to get his pawn back, it looks like. I don't really want to allow if possible. So maybe we should go knight f6, try to defend it for a little bit longer. I guess he could still probably play rook e1. But for now, we've got it. Actually, d4. I just noticed d4 is not protected, so now we can take that. Am I walking on a treadmill or dancing? Well, this is probably what I would look like if I was dancing. So it's a valid question. There are some things that I am just really bad at, and dancing is one of them. Dancing is one of those things. All right, let me go bring a rook to the open file. Yes, white can go there too, and I'll have to move my queen, but at least we're going to be fighting for control of the file. So okay, so let's think about what's going on here. This is an interesting position. Could try to trade some rooks. We could go here and hit the knight. Let's start with that and see how white's going to react to that. Because this knight, I'm noticing that the knight doesn't have a lot of places to go to because of this pawn. So before that pawn gets captured, I'm kind of thinking this is a smart thing to do. You can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Oh, man. All right. CodeWaldo is not messing around this game. I would just like to say that. They're making this very difficult. They're making this very difficult. I'm going to play H6. I'm going to set a sneaky trap. Maybe it's not that sneaky. Oh, B4. Oh, okay. Whew. But like for a split second there, I thought my queen was trapped, and I was like, "Oh no." Okay, it's not trapped, but almost. Casey just about made me have a heart attack there. B4. Oh man. Why does it look like why does everybody say that it looks like I'm dancing? Is it because I'm going back and forth? You want me to walk straight like this? Is this better? It's not easy with the hand on the mouse and then the treadmill. Okay, let me try to... Yeah, nope. I have to do it the back and forth. I don't feel like I'm walking like this, you know? I'm just walking normal. I think it just looks that way in the camera. All right. I think CodeWaldo finally made a mistake. Lost the rook on D1, but they were playing quite the game up until that point. Okay. Now what? I guess we just get the file some more. All right, so let me just think about this for a second. So feet move, upper body stays the same. Okay, here we go. Is it better? That's hard. I have to really like think about it. Yeah, that looks a little better, right? Okay. All right. Let's see. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Let's go here. The bishop looks trapped. Trap the bishop. Wow. Giving me a hard time for my walk, huh? All right. You know what? I have to do it. I got to be healthy. It's not healthy to just sit all day. So. Okay, let's take the bishop. And let's see. Maybe we invade with the rook here. Actually, the knight is still kind of trapped. Let me save my rook first. Knight is still kind of trapped. Maybe I just go here. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. Let's go hunt this knight down. Blunderman. What's up, dude? I would normally take you up on that challenge, but recently I did something to my toe and it's not been feeling very well. So I don't think sprinting is an option right now. Yeah, sorry guys. I would if I could. Let's trade it. Let's go here to hit the rook. Wow, everybody wants to contribute to the sprint pot, huh? You know, I used to be pretty fast, actually. Back in the day when I played soccer, I was pretty fast. I mean, fast. I think I was pretty fast. I could run, I think I ran a 5-minute mile. Although mile was a bit long for me. I was better at sprinting shorter distances. All right, we're going for the checkmate on h2. I don't think he can stop it. He's trying, though. Let's keep the king pinned in there. What position did I play? I played fullback. Yep, I was very good at not letting people score. So that's where they put me. Which, I don't know. I liked it, but I also, like, it was too bad I never got a chance to score myself. All right, Casey, good game. Great fight. Well played. All right, David is next. I believe Alexandra, her friend. So let me challenge them. Okay, David. Here we go. Unrated, random. Good luck. Yeah, good game, Casey. All right. Ooh, 1900. Okay. And they have the Magnus Carlsen picture too, right? Sicilian. Okay, let me try the Grand Prix again here. Let's see what they know about this. Last 1900 I played, I was losing and ended up getting a lucky draw, I think, right? Oh, e5. Interesting move. So this is going to be some sort of a funky... Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a King's Gambit, but with this pawn on c5. So it's sort of like a cross between a King's Gambit and a Sicilian Grand Prix, I guess. I don't know. Interesting territory already. Okay, this is a tough decision because both of these look good. Generally, I will go with c4, but this game I'm going to go b5. I don't know why. I just feel like the pressure on e5 maybe is important. Okay. I'm going to play d3, just get the bishop out here. Let's see what David is going to do next. I'm expecting maybe knight f6, maybe bishop e7, maybe a queen move. Yeah, that's what I would expect, one of these 4 moves. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. They play knight f6. Now, I have the option here to do something with the pawn structure. I just don't know if I want to do it. I think I want to go ahead and force this trade. I think that's the first order of business. Let's force the trade, get the bishop pair, although I'm probably going to be giving up this bishop on b5. Of course, black doesn't have to take it, but I think they will. They do. We don't have to worry about this right now because it's pinned. Okay, if I was dancing, what kind of dance would this be? What kind of dance do you just, back and forth? Like, what is that? Legitimate question. I don't know. The potty dance, the dad shuffle, slow dance, Nelson dance. Okay. All right, I'm going to take this pawn because this opens things up for my pieces. Opens up this, opens up this. I have to be happy with that. I'm going to try to put the pressure on these weak pawns now. Because we've got a bunch of targets. So I'm going to try to attack something here. Wow. The chess vibes cha-cha. Oh, man. Sniff my bishop dance. All right. I can't focus. I can't focus. After this stream, I'm going to just like practice walking on the treadmill without moving my upper body. Just keeping it as still as possible. It's not easy. It's not easy, guys. I don't know. I feel like something about the treadmill too. Like I don't feel like when I'm out walking normally, I'm always like going like this when I walk. It's something about the treadmill and holding the mouse. I think, anyway. That looks like a poisoned pawn to me. So I don't think we want to take the poisoned pawn. Let's just castle. There's a queen check, but it doesn't really do too much. Still, I might want to tuck my king. We'll see what black's going to do about their king. I don't know if they're going to go this way, this way. Connor says stop overthinking it. It's the treadmill. Is it any better when I'm further back like this? Okay, maybe I'm too close to the camera. Yeah, it does make it look a little bit worse. Okay. Okay, we have the king is on the king side. I'm going to go here because I want to stop that and also keep pressure on the weak pawns. And also let my rook come over. All right. Rook f5 now. Puts pressure here. We can double up. Also, I might consider b3 just to keep an eye on this. Keep this shut down. Knight h5. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. We'll just drop back again, keeping the pressure. I do have knight a4 as a possibility. Okay, so he's sacking a pawn here to get a little bit of counterplay. So it takes knight f4, I assume. Yeah, that would be pretty annoying. Knight f4. So I could play g4. Yeah, let's play g4. The burly man walk. Okay. All right, what's happening here? Of course, we could take that. This is defended. I think I will. This is obviously pinned, so we can't take the knight. He wants to mess up my pawn structure, so, and attacks the pawn. I see. I see. However, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You can't take my pawn because you're knight. So I have time to potentially reroute or figure out a way to defend this. I do have time. Maybe queen f5. Okay, so he's going to go for that. Okay, All right, first things first. Actually, hold on. I'm going to chase the bishop. I'm not sure. I don't think I can hold on to this, actually. Okay. Let's go queen f5 now. I want to get away from the knight checks, bishop checks. Also, I want to play knight g3, I think. So I'm getting ready for that. I think black played pretty well, though. I think they kind of got out of their jam, and now we just have a relatively equal position, I believe. Let's go here. We can swing the rook over potentially. I'm going to go ahead and push, gain some space here. I want to take away this square from the knight. Ooh, that's actually a really good move. Ooh. Because if I go here or here, he's pushing. Uh-oh. Probably have to sack. I didn't want to do this, but I probably realistically have to sack. Yeah, I think I should. I think I should. Otherwise, we're going to get blown off the board by the pawns. This way, of course, it's going to be better for black, but maybe not that simple. Maybe not that simple. Let's try to keep the rook from invading. Okay. We've got all the squares covered. The knight can't come in immediately and check me. Here, b4. Here. Okay, let's go b3. Okay. Should I go here? Let's do it. I'm going to invade. I'm going to invade and try to take these pawns. I'm going to try to take these pawns. Maybe here. Oh no, then I get forked. I can't go there. We'll play b4 maybe in a second. Let's take this guy. One second, guys. Okay, it's all right. I was just checking something. All right. What am I doing here? Let's see. He moves the rook. He wants to go here. Okay. Let's see. Here. Okay. Okay. All right. Good game, David. Put up a good fight. All right. Well played. Okay. Craca is next. Yeah, good game, David. Well played. Alrighty. Unrated. Okay, good luck. I'll play E5 this game. Okay, against this, I'm going to play the Knight of 6 variation. Plays D4, right. So I take. This is the Ponziani. Plays bishop D3. Okay. I think white's supposed to play D5 there, but I'll play D5 now since I have the opportunity and just defend my knight like that. Daddy Energy is ready to play? Okay. We'll see how many more we're going to get to. I'll probably have about maybe 20 more minutes, so we'll see. Okay, castles. That's a good move. Gets the king out of the center. That's smart. I'll go ahead and trade here. And you'll notice one of the things I talk about all the time, right, is like don't have your king in the center when your opponent's castled. And you say, well, Nelson, what are you doing right now? Key thing is that my knight is blocking it. And it's defended nicely. So I can kind of get away with this because if he plays rook e1, it gives me time to react. For example, I could play bishop e7 and then get castled the next move, and I have time to react. So it's not like I'm just totally exposed to the rook on the e file here. I do have the knight on e4, which is defended. So that's why I can get away with a move like this, okay? But that's important. I'll play bishop d6. Now I am ready to castle at the first sign of danger on the e file. Okay. So I'll take, and, you know, if the rook check happens now, I'm going to go back, okay? But I do have a plan for that. And if he just takes me, well, then I have time to castle or block or whatever I want to do. Castles, check. Knight g5. Yeah, I don't know if this is an opportunity for a Greek gift sacrifice or not. Maybe it is. But we will do our best to try to survive if white goes for that. That would actually lead to a very interesting position. Takes, check. I would come out, I think. If queen check, we would have bishop f5 or f5, so I think we would be okay. But you have to watch out for those. Oh! Oh! Okay, here we go. The Greek gift sacrifice to lure the king out so that the knight can come in. Now, if I go back, I'm probably in trouble. Queen h5, maybe not, because I could play bishop f5 and try to survive. But I think I'll go here instead, just to make sure that the queen can't come in, right away at least. G4 is covered as well. There's D3 and C2, but like I said, I would have bishop F5 to block, so I think I'm okay. But surprised that white even saw that. So nice find there by my opponent. And they're going for all the moves. So let's go bishop F5. Keep the king defended here. Yes, for everybody asking, I'm on a treadmill just so that I don't sit for too long. Okay, and white didn't notice the bishop, unfortunately. So they were out for blood. Just unfortunately forgot about this guy. How long is too long of sitting? I mean, if you're sitting for more than like an hour at a time, that's probably too long. And I was up to like almost 2 hours, so it was time to do something. For those of you who know about my health scare like a year and a half ago, I had a large blood clot, and yeah, it was pretty scary. So try to be more careful now about not sitting for too long without doing some kind of something or other. All right, let's get rid of this knight. I don't like this knight. Let's play F6. Let's make this knight move away. You had the same thing happen to you 4 months ago. Yikes. That's not good. Okay, I don't want to get forked here and lose my bishop, so I'm just going to run back ahead of time. Look into nattokinase and proteolytic enzymes. My opinion, they're better than blood thinners. Because blood thinners don't really do anything to the clot. Blood thinners just thin your blood so it doesn't keep clotting. And then it takes forever for the clot to go away. But nattokinase and proteolytic enzymes actually dissolve the clot, so it goes away faster. And then you don't have quite the same risks with blood thinners too. Because if you're on blood thinners and you like, fall and bang your head or something, like there's always a risk something more serious happens. So go look into it. Do your own research. Of course, I'm not a doctor, but I did do a lot of research like a year and a half ago. Did the pain ever go away? Yes. Yes. It took a while, but yes, it does go away. I found that like once I was pretty much healed, starting to exercise helped a lot with it going away. Whoa. Yes, that's exactly right, Michael. I did have COVID right like when the clot happened. So yeah, I'm with you. I definitely think something's related there. Okay, so because we are ahead material, trading is good, but I also see this opportunity to throw in this little check, get my bishop a little bit closer. So I think I'll do that. And then I think I will go ahead and trade these pieces. No alcohol for me? No, fun fact. I've actually never had alcohol. Actually, I think maybe I tried. I think maybe I tried wine like one time, but it was like a sip, and it was pretty awful. Other than that, never had it. I always felt like I had a pretty, like, I get very involved in whatever I, like, focus on. So, chess or soccer, working out at one time. So, like, whatever it is, I just spend way too much time on it. I have a hard time with, like, doing things in moderation. So, I always felt like it would be smart to just stay away from alcohol in general. Okay, good game. White put up a good fight. Gotta watch out for those bishops. Those bishops are sneaky, and I noticed you missed a couple of bishop moves, so watch out for that. Okay. Who's next? My name's Serge. Get ready. Get ready, Serge. Challenge. Random, unrated. Okay, here we go. All right, Serge, good luck. D4. I'm going to play this. Let's just go for this setup. He's not scared. He's not scared. Guess I go back. Let's castle. Okay, I'll take. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I feel like this can't be too bad. This can't be too bad. We trade here. And White's king has to come out, and then at least we get to attack this. Yes, and now it seems like we're in a great position. Okay, I'm going to go with bishop e6 to support the knight jumping over here, but also to clear the way for the rook. Let me go offer a trade. I'm happy to trade. I'm up the pawn, so I think trading makes sense. Okay, let's trade that. Let's jump in. Okay. I'm going to go here so I can double up. Of course, White could trade if they want. But if not, we do get to double up. And I'm happy to trade because I'm up the pawn. So I think this helps me towards the end game. They avoided the fork, which is probably smart. Okay. Let's play h5. And now our king can come into the game. Go back there. I'll stop the knight from forking these pawns. So trading is going to be good for me because we have the extra pawn. That's an easy to win king and pawn ending. So White, yeah, makes the correct decision, I think, to not trade there. And now I'm still going to try to invade with my king. Okay, so he's defending that. Let's see. Maybe I come over this way. I'm not sure. Maybe we come in like this. Of course, I could push these pawns and get a pass pawn like this, but I'm thinking there might be a different way. He's got to go back to defend this. But then I can come up and make the knight move. Okay, he's going to let me take that. Hey, I've walked a mile. I've walked 1.1 miles so far. Does anybody know the puzzle where there's 3 pawns right here against 3 black pawns and you have to like somehow break through? Have you guys seen that one? Pretty interesting. We can just push this pawn now. Okay. He can actually try it, but the reason it's not going to work is because my king is too close, okay? But if I like let my king stay over here or something, I could actually lose the game to that trap. But my king is so close that now I think we're good. Yes, and I am going to make sure I'm close enough. Because like, so normally you would push here. And for example, if I take, push here, and then if I take, you sneak by. But my king is close enough that it's not going to work. So now I just take. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll actually show you guys that just because it's such an interesting trap. As soon as this game ends, we'll just look at it. Whenever you have 2 pawns like this, they can never be captured by the king. Because if they ever take, you always sneak by and get a queen. Guess I'll just stop that first. Okay, and you want to make sure it's not a stalemate, but it's not, so this will be a check. Good game, Serge. Well played. Alrighty. So really quickly, before we go to the next game, I'll show you guys this one. So like if you have your king is cut off, black's king is in a really good position, looks like you're going to, lose. This is the position. It's white to play and win. Sorry. Your pawns are going forward. What you have to remember is it's the center pawn, okay? It's the center pawn. And when you move it, you're threatening to take one of these and get a queen, right? So black has to take you. They have to. It doesn't really matter, but they have to take you one way. And now it looks like you're not going to get through. But wait a second. This pawn is close. This pawn is very close. If only you could go here, but this pawn's going to take you, right? So a6. a6, threatening to take here. If black takes you here, you're happy. You're going to take and you're going to get a queen. So they have to take you. But you've now successfully lured the pawn away. Bada bing, bada boom. You push by, and it only works if your pawns are far advanced. Because look, now you're only 2 squares away, and black's pawns have to go all this way. And you win. And it doesn't matter which way they take, because it's a symmetrical position, right? So even if they take this way, now this pawn is going to get through. You push here, and you sneak by. Very cool position. There's another one. It's the same concept, actually. But it looks a little bit different like this. Okay, but it's the same deal. You push. And if black takes you, well, now you're going to be able to push here and get a queen. Okay? So they can't stop you. So, going back to the original position, when you push, let's say they just move their king, bam, b5. And it's the same idea. Somehow they're going to take you, and look, he's almost through. So c6, luring the pawn away. They have to take you or do something, otherwise you're just going to take them. And again, you sneak by. Same concept, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah, so anyway. Nice endgame. All right. Cloudnandoo, you're next. Challenge? Rated? Okay. Sergio, yes, good game. Well played. Okay, let's go with e5 here. Knight c3, okay, let me play knight f6. Okay, let's go d5. He's playing the Vienna game here. Okay, yep, I think that's a good move. Let's take here. Muting the stream. Oh, is this the struggle? Am I playing the struggle? Rob, can you confirm that? Oh, he's Daddy Energy 37. Okay, okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. So the struggle was who originally suggested this idea, I think, right? This idea of playing viewers. That will probably be my last game. So after this one, I'll play the struggle and then call it a day, guys. Okay, I'm going to take it. And the idea is you have a sneaky move here. Queen h4 check. You have to be really careful if you play any opening where you push your f pawn and then you play h3, because you lose the ability to play g3, right? Like if your pawn's on h2 and this ever happens, you can always play g3 and you're usually not in too much trouble. But in this case, white's, yeah, this is going to be probably not good for white, I don't think. Because now we've got a discover check, which is super dangerous. Okay, so you got to be really careful with those f4 openings. Let's see, do I have any good places to move this to? Not sure, so I think I'm just going to develop a piece. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Grandma had to leave. One of the kids is out of the room, even though they're not supposed to be out of the room. So I had to handle that. I think it's time to jump in, guys. Attack the queen, threaten the fork, the knights, the queen. Looks like things are heating up here. How about simultaneous games for the challenge? You know what? It's not a bad idea. The only problem with that... Ooh, Cloudnandoo walks into an exceptional fork there. The only problem with multiple games, I believe, is that viewers have a hard time following because it's like the board is constantly changing. So I don't know if people would appreciate that. I like the idea though. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. How do you feel about that? You could fit 4 on screen at the same time? Yeah, do you think you'd be able to see the boards if I did that? What do you got? Like, I don't know how many people are like watching from their phone. Okay, there's a checkmate here with the queen coming in. I don't know how many people are watching from their phone or... Good game, Cloudnandoo. Well played. Alrighty. The struggle. It's their turn. Daddy Energy 37. Patrick. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, Cloudnandoo. Just be careful with the... if you play F4, you probably don't want to play H3 at the same time, or you're going to have to really watch out for that queen coming in there. The struggle. What happened? Did he not see my challenge? Let's try it again. Come on. Should see it. There we go. All right, good luck. Good luck, Patrick. Plays D4. Let me go with knight F6. And... okay, I'll play a Benoni. Play a Benoni. All right, we'll take it. Bring out the knight here. And recapture that way. Okay, I'm going to make the knight decide. He goes back. Okay, can I play D5 here? I think we can play D5 safely. Gain some center control there. Let's defend my knight. Remember, if you can defend and develop a piece at the same time, that's probably a good thing. Okay, wait a second. Is that a safe move? Is that a safe move? hold up. If I take... He takes. He trades first, then he takes. No, I think we have a tactic here, guys. I think we have a nice tactic here. Because when he takes my knight, I take his bishop, right? And if he takes my bishop, well, you'll find out. Okay, he did something altogether different. Unfortunately, it allows me to do the same thing. I'm so sorry, Patrick. I'm so sorry that this happened. That's one of those weird checkmate patterns that if you haven't seen it before, it just kind of jumps up on you. Yeah, I mean, it was a very tricky position, so don't feel bad that you missed it, because that could have happened to anyone, I think. I mean, how many people watching didn't see that coming? Go ahead. If you didn't see it coming in the chat, let me hear you. Yeah. Okay. See, lots of people didn't see it, so don't feel bad, Patrick. All right. I think that's good. A good mate to end on. Okay, Michael saw it because he was a victim in the past. Yeah, it's I forget the name of it. I always forget the name of this pattern. Is it? It's not Anastasia, is it? Is it? What? I don't remember. But there's a name for this one with the knight and the rook. Okay, so let's do a quick check on the list. The list looks like this. It almost fits on one thing. Yeah, it almost fits on the screen now. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, it's Arabian mate? Okay, a variation of Arabian mate. All right, thanks. So yes, probably next time we can see about knocking out the rest of this list. So thanks for being patient, guys, if you have been waiting. Hey, thank you. We the Rabble. Appreciate it. Is the price going to drop soon? Probably not. I'm sorry, Odin, but when it was like no limit, it was just like $2 and it would just like grew so fast. So we're probably going to keep it on pink for a while. Alexandra, yeah, no problem. Thank you for the super chat, and I'm glad he got to play. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully you had fun and learned something. I'll see you guys next time. Let me just check how much did I walk. Okay, 1.5 miles. Not bad. Feels better than just sitting for 3 hours straight. You know what I mean? Rob, thanks a lot. Couldn't do it without you. Appreciate you being here, as always. Guys, Rob has to be like the best moderator. I just wanted to say that. All right, guys, take it easy. Stay sharp. Play smart. Take care. And let me see. What's the dates? Today's the 6th. Okay. I should maybe make an announcement next or this coming Wednesday on the 12th. Playing against Eric Rosen. We're doing, I think we're doing best of 5. I need to confirm with him. But some sort of a rapid match. So that should be fun. I hope that I can put up a good fight. He is an international master. Probably quite a bit stronger than me. But on a good day, you know, maybe I can win a game or two. We'll see. But that should be fun. So That's on the 12th. I'll probably schedule that stream like next week sometime so you can kind of see it coming. All right. See you guys.